or family in Mexico or something?
Actually, a friend in Venezuela.
Same thing.
Yeah. Well, Venezuela's a fallen state, so
They're warlords and titans. Say what you want about Venezuela, it's probably going to be an understatement.
You know, Venezuela's had a lot of problems for a long time, man. And it's such a beautiful country.
Gorgeous.
They produce beautiful women, too.
Gorgeous.
Luke, let's go, Hound. Let's go.
Okay, so
Okay, so
this one's down later. This. Great.
what we'll do, man, is we're going to make a test one here. And then after we make a test one, it's always easier to see how things are done when you know, get to see it done. And then you can go, you know, then you can start making it, huh? Let's get all this crap here out of the way. Alright, and what we want to do, we want to find 30, I don't know why we're sticking with the 36 inches, but we'll do it anyway. Okay, hold that right there, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Let me get another cutting straight edge here. What was your name again, man?
Thomas.
Huh?
Thomas.
Thomas.
Ooh, ow, ow, ooh, ooh, ow, no, ow, ooh, ooh, ow!
We're making a prototype of a prototype.
That's
Yeah,
cellophane?
we're making a prototype real quick.
That is cellophane, right?
No, this is monokote.
Monokote. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the first thing you got to do is you got to find your center line where it's 650, so we need to find 3 1/4. So find your 3 1/4 mark, and let's put a little mark up here, and then we'll put one in the middle and one on the bottom.
Okay, 3 1/4.
Joe, if you don't mind, I'm going to keep taking some pictures of the
No,
board.
you're good. I'm
Thank
shooting
you. I
video
appreciate
too,
it.
man. There you go. Put you a dot right at 325 millimeters.
25. I should flip this over, shouldn't I?
No, it's okay. Just slide it down a little bit.
Can you see it, sir?
320 right about here.
Mm-hmm. Make a big dot, because I'm blind.
Yeah, same here, sir.
Okay. And let's see, this thing's running pretty good in parallel with this line here. So if you come back down and you follow any of these lines across, okay? And then let's, wait a minute. Now when we did that, were we even over here?
Oh, no, sir, let me
I
try
don't
it again.
think we were.
My bad, sir.
Oh, it doesn't
No,
look like it doesn't.
God, please, no!
Trust me, I can show you video.
Oh,
It's a habit, man.
I know, it's a
be-
Texas thing.
It is a
so
Texas thing. And
there you go,
your
325.
dad beats it into you, and everything. Texas beats it into you.
Yeah, my mom used to hit me in the back of the head if I didn't speak right.
That's right.
Okay, so now,
as we should.
okay, so we know this material is running nice and parallel because we're following, or square, because we're following this line over here. So we should be able to use this table, and we can come back down here just anywhere and follow any of these lines, and we know if we follow that line, we're nice and square. So find you a 325 and put you another dot right there.
325 looks to be about there.
Yes, sir. Okay, and then let's do one more. Right there.
So 325 looks to be about here.
So now, we'll find that red dot up there, this red dot here, and that red dot there. Let's see, things off just a little bit here. I'm gonna deem it that line right there, okay? And what we'll do is okay, we came up with the idea that somewhere around 25% was where we needed our cross, correct?
27, 28, but 25 works.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then we cut this 36,
So 9.
and so
Right.
9
About
was
9.
our,
Let me see. Let me check our.
It was 9.
again.
I think,
36
yeah,
divided by
I
4 is
believe,
9.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So let's do, I tell you what, let's do 10, huh?
Sir?
Or let's do, let me look at it, man.
If it looks right, it's probably right.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 10, man, 10 and a half even. I don't know, we'll go with 10. There's 10. 10. All right, now draw you
Line over.
a line across there. And I probably wasn't real good on my 10, so let me look at this. Yeah, you can trust these lines underneath here.
That's wonderful to have those down there.
Yeah, it
Fantastic.
is.
Yeah.
Just trying to line them up just right.
Yeah, but follow this line here.
Oh,
Pick
that
you one
one.
of those, yeah, because I think they're off a little bit. There you go. And then make you a nice line
All the way across?
Yeah, hold down
Hold
real
it, yeah,
good
right in the
with one
center.
hand.
Right in the center.
Oh,
and then-
center?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Otherwise it'll move on you.
if it moves, man, you gotta start all over. I tell you what we'll do. We're gonna go. First off, we're gonna go to our extremes. And then, okay, now we can go from there all the way to the tip,
Two hours later.
You do that one there, man. And I'm gonna look at it and see if it looks right after we get that top drawn. If it don't look right, then we'll make some changes, man.
Sounds good.
That's looking good so far, John.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more the other way just to be sure.
I thought the see-through stuff would be kind of cool looking too.
For sure, definitely.
Okay, now the same thing, you want to find that very tip and hit your very tip.
That's it. There's this
Hey,
one.
Pop, would you kick that fan on? If you hit that on button and then turn it to like that dial till it hits like 27.
Alright, looks right.
Oh yeah.
If it looks right, probably is right. I should have my hand on the middle, dang it.
You know, some people are, numbers and plan guys, and some guys can kind of see things in their head.
Yeah.
And the guys that can see things in their head, if they're good at it, they'll have things built before the plans are built.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, and a lot of times when you're building airplanes or anything, man, if it doesn't look right, chances are it's not
It's not
right.
going to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think it looks pretty cool, man. I think it's a good diamond shape, man. So let's knock that other side out real quick,
All right,
too.
son. Let's do it.
So now what we want to do, man, is remember I showed you, see how it's gone? That's what happened. I was holding a straight edge down and I was cutting and my computer went off and I looked up to see who it was. And
Boom.
And I looked back and half my finger was laying there.
Ah.
Yeah. So I taped it up and it was all good. And when I went inside and started to clean it, then we were going to the hospital.
Oh, was it deep?
It just
was a mess.
It just cut the
Oh, that's a
hole.
good chunk. Yeah, man.
Man, I still got it around here somewhere. I couldn't make a name.
You still have that flag.
Excuse me?
Just got
Okay,
it framed.
so you want to get back on one of those lines? Okay, so do you cut with your right or your left hand?
Right. So.
Right.
Your right hand. Okay, so anytime you're cutting anything like this, man, you want to make sure whatever you're going to keep, you want the straight edge on that side, and what you're going to discard, you want the blade on that side. That way, if you fall off, okay,
It only cuts away.
it
what
only
you
cuts
already
your trash, right?
want.
So, and welding, cutting, anything, pull the sheet up a little bit so we can get, there you go. And anything, man, don't start welding, cutting, burning, gluing, anything until you're comfortable physically, man, because, if you're leaning and you're not comfortable with it, you're gonna make a mistake, man. So, take your left hand and plant it somewhere, man, where your hands spread way out so you got a good deal on it, man. And then start up here and just use the tip.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip, but you want to
Nice guy.
apply
Nice
pretty
and
good
smooth.
pressure to it.
There you go. My fingers, I need those a lot.
Do it again. You got 10 of them.
I'm pretty sure I need all 10 to be a fighter pilot.
There we go. Okay. Now, next.
Looks about good to me. So just flip mode. Alright. Okay, how's that look?
It looks pretty straight. Okay, where you want to do that?
Oh wait, hold on.
Spar is 105 millimeter.
Hey, Mr. Joe, can you help me out here for a second?
117.
Oh, I see it didn't come to the edge, did you?
Yeah. Shoot.
117 plus 29.
Let's see, that's a good edge. So maybe if I fall here. Probably an error on my part.
146 total.
Show Joe, what you got there?
What's that?
So I probably messed up somewhere and this happened.
Mm-hmm.
How should I proceed?
Well, let me see. I think what I would do is I would come here
Get that on first.
and go out to right there. Okay, but we got the blade on, we got to come over this way now.
Right.
Okay. There you go. And then now you
Cut
cut.
this?
Yeah.
Move it.
No, you're gonna have to get over there so you can pull back to you. There you go. Watch your hand now. Get your hand in place and make sure you got everything good. There you go.
Alright, very good.
When you're cutting like a thicker plastic or something like that, man, you always want to cut. You don't cut real hard, man. You kind of lightly score, and then the blade will follow
That's cool.
that pre-cut.
Yeah.
So, and that's a little bit more pressure, a little bit more pressure, and then you kind of just keep doing that same pressure. And if you got to do it 5 times, 6 times, 8 times, or whatever, but
Nice.
never try to force your way through it. You won't cut clean, and you'll end up hurting yourself. All right, so our new point is out here, which is fine. Okay, so we want to go right there, and then to your point. Okay, and get your left hand in the center of the work.
Center of the work.
There you go.
Good tip. Good pressure.
There you go. I'm going to tell you what, before we move further, Ben, give me that blue tape real quick. Let me show you something real quick. Let me see that blade.
Sure.
So, I had one of these roll off the table and stab in the top of my foot. Not pretty. My wife come out there and caught me in the garage after I said I was going to be in. And I threw it down because I didn't want her to see it in my hand, and it rolled off and it got me, and I stood there. She goes, "Are you coming?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I'll be right there."
No!
Dude,
God, please, no!
But if you put a piece of tape on it, look, it can't roll. Dig? Yeah, ain't that cool?
All that.
Nice.
Okay, make your last cut there, brother. Then we're gonna lift up, man, it starts getting small after you start cutting all this stuff off of it, huh?
Yes, sir.
It's like this building, man. You used to have to put your hands together and scream, talk to the people across the room, man.
Yeah.
You know, until we brought about 10 planes in here, and then it got real small.
Just like that.
You learn by screwing up and cutting your finger off.
But I need
Go,
those.
man, I won't do that again. What school are you a part of?
Winchy High School, sir.
Say that again?
Winchy.
Winchy?
Yes, sir.
Like, Winchy Brothers.
Like kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's down the street. It's a STEM school.
Same family, I reckon, huh?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Considering the area and the name, yeah.
What are they building there where the old Winchy Brothers live?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know what that is.
They've
For a while.
been building for a while. Yeah. So they're definitely working with bank draws, it looks like.
For sure. Yeah, it's got to be, right?
Should I be careful?
Okay, so see this stuff here? This has got a, there's no glue on the clear, just FYI, right?
See?
So, should be able to separate this stuff, which we're not gonna do quite yet. I wanna show you something here. So we'll be able to take this stuff here over that string, like this here.
Nice.
Oh, dang.
Look at that.
My friend who's like running this group project is either gonna be like thrilled that I'm being able to do all this and make prototypes of the prototype and everything, or he's gonna be ticked like, why didn't you follow our instructions?
Well, you still can.
Sure.
You still can, you know. But
I mean,
the
I
thing
don't-
is,
I
you
trust
can
a professional.
follow his instructions and do as the team, because you never want to venture off. But you can always suggest things, you know.
You know, here's what I'll tell him. Okay, so I made your thing,
Yeah.
and I lost it in a river, so I made this thing instead.
No, just take them both. You know, take them both, and then you can make a decision on what y'all want to do at that point, man. You know, because that's the whole point about learning stuff, man. Is getting up there and playing around with stuff and seeing how it comes. You know,
Having fun.
try to get this thing here laid out a little bit, because this stuff has memory. Put it up a little bit so we can get the whole kite body on the table. There we go. Okay. So now we got to decide on how much we're going to need to come over, okay? And I think, let's see, if we did that not right there. All right, and let's measure what this here is. Where's the smart end here? So let's do that 10 millimeters all the way around, okay?
10 millimeters?
I think that'll do it. Yeah, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna make, we'll leave this here in the center to hold this in place. Grab that other smaller, lighter one there, and then just make you, measure you some 10 millimeter marks, you know, that you can read, and then we'll go down and we'll make a line, that'll be a fold line. So 10 millimeter, I got a smaller one here. That one there's a little bit hard to handle. Let's see. I'll give you this one here. This will teach you how to work with stuff that's old. See, it doesn't have a 1. It just starts off with 3. But you can put it on 5. You get me? And then put your mark at the 4. And that'll give you a good 10. That's a little easier to handle.
So start at the 5, mark the 4. Start 5, mark 4. Oh, there we go. So just making sure, start at the 5, mark the 4, right?
Yeah, here. You can use that too.
Thank you.
No.
Yeah. But if that's set at 10, that's also at 10, so you can also use that in too. Or you can use that in there, you know, as long as it's set at 10, right? So you got a plethora of different ways to get after it. You ever seen one of these?
Never in my life.
So check this out.
Wow. What
So,
the heck?
let's say if you,
Really cool.
if you need to make
I
a,
thought you just cut that in half for a
if you
second.
need to make a shape, you know, like on tile or something like that,
That's how you
or
cut
you
it.
know, you need to cut like around a pole or something like that, and that makes your shape. I forget what they call this thing.
I forgot what it's called. You can lock that into place as well right there. So, yeah, it's really
Wow.
Isn't that cool? I forget what it's called, but there, I had one that was kind of bent up.
That's
I
really
found
cool.
another new one. That'll be enough.
Sir.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where they are as long as they're in the area, and you got 2 or 3 of them to line up on. You know, and when you're doing that, man, make your dot is, you know, you want to make it visible, but try to make it small too, because if you got a fat dot, you don't know whether to go this side, the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you got a little bitty dot, then you kind of, you know, it's more precise. So there you go. Just and this, man, this isn't rocket science. It's kite science.
Or they say, what's the joke? It ain't rocket surgery.
There you go. Okay. And we'll do. And I tell you what. Remember how we said if it looks right?
If it looks right.
Yeah. So check this out. That looks like 10 millimeters. to
Looks
me.
right.
There you go. You see what I'm saying?
I'll be darned.
Yeah, yeah.
That's eyeballing it, son.
It's one of them technical terms.
That's right.
10 millimeters. But I'm trying to leave the kite as big as we can leave it. Okay. Okay, let's frame up now. Let's see here.
There you go.
Put that right there in the center. There we go. Alright, this one here. Okay, you to that point over there?
Sure.
Right in the middle of that point. So that point we want right in the center of the little piece of wood there. What do you think? Looks good, huh?
Dip,
Look
dip,
right.
potato
Alright,
chip,
let's see,
dip,
man,
dip,
we need
potato
some-
chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip.
Red light's still on, red light's still on. Oh, look at that. We got an ice cream handy.
Okay, so we can pull this frame here now. Now what we're wanting to do here, we want to get those to match right there, dig?
Sure.
So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna take this. So what I'm trying to do is just trying to,
Tie it together.
yeah, but you know, go. This is 5 minute. Do the same thing, about the same amount, because this stuff is all mixed 50-50.
Same amount. There we go. Okay. Pretty sure it's 50. Oh, it is.
Now, you're supposed to mix this stuff, I think, half the time of the dry time, so like 15 minutes if it's 30 or something like, I don't know, something crazy like that. I just kind of look at the texture of it and see, you know.
If it looks right, it is right.
Well, when it starts looking like, kind of like that taffy stuff, you know. But if it's not mixed well, it'll just be gooey and it'll never.
Kind of like that tacky glue kind of thing?
Yeah, it'll just never harden. Sometimes if the, you know, if the moisture's real high in here, you'll have problems with this stuff too.
Joe, I'm grabbing another one of your cards.
Yeah, yeah. All right, now. This totally isn't necessary, but
It helps.
yeah, just, you know, one less thing you have to worry about coming undone. You know? Okay. And I'm gonna save this for later because I'm older. But what I want you to do is I want you to hold this in your hand. Don't get it on your fingers. But I want you to feel that glue through the through that plastic as it starts to set. It's going to start getting hot as it starts to cure. So in 5 minutes, this stuff will be hard. Another couple of hours, it'll be enough, hard enough where you can drill and tap it. But here, one there, brother.
The answer.
There you go, right here. This one here?
It'll work. Uh-oh.
What I do wrong?
No, not you, me. It's all my fault.
Is it fixable?
Everything's fixable. I'm just gonna go back up to the roof and
And as long as you got duct tape and WD-40, you're good to go.
yes, sir.
Nice.
What is going on here?
Maybe if Thomas put his finger up there, he can keep it taut for you while you get that knot over on top of the string, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening now.
Yeah.
So I don't build small airplanes anymore.
Bigger is better.
Try this again.
Spinning off to the right a little bit.
Yeah, I'm having problems getting this. Okay, I'm gonna hold that right there. Try to tie it. Well, here, I think I got it maybe. Okay, pull on that string here.
Here.
Yeah. Alright, tie one more little knot. Right.
Not bad.
Good. Right through there. Oh. Mom ever tell you, don't use my good scissors?
Oh.
see here? I think so, man. I think we're good there, brother. So
Good.
let's get our kite body back out. And at this point, I want to pull this stuff here off. Now it's going to get real light. Pull up on that real slow, that clear. Yeah, real slow so you don't wrinkle our pretty finish here. There you go. Okay, stop. Grab down closer towards down here instead of pulling from way up here so you can control it. So grab right here and like right here. Both sides. There you go. Now you got more control over it. Oh, it's so pretty.
It looks nice. Y'all did a great job.
There we go. Now, see, we don't have them curving issues like we do. Okay, so let's see how this thing's gonna bow better. I think it's gonna bow better that way. Alright. Now, let's slide this thing over here in the middle of the table. Grab it, tip down there and pick her up, kind of slide it over there. We go. Okay. I want to try to get this to resemble. Okay. Now, what happened?
Uh-oh. There you go.
Okay, where's the, hand me that razor blade there, brother. So now what we gotta do, cut this, cut that. Okay, because what we've got here, and what I want you to do the same thing, right here, you take and cut 10 millimeters in, and we want to cut on both sides because that can't wrap over. Well, we're just wanting to do the string, so here, a little closer to the wood there. There you go. All the way back to that line there. This one here, that inside black line.
that?
There.
Yeah, oh, that line. Oh, I thought you were talking about the steering. Not
Well, there's a lot of them there. Alright, and the same thing over there on that side. So we go right there. Yeah. You'll see what we're doing here in a minute. I know it doesn't make much sense now.
So here?
Yeah, that's fine. Just pull straight out.
Is that for the flap when it flaps over?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so because
Yeah.
see now what
Oh.
you get.
Now you
Follow
can
me?
flap over. Yeah. You don't have the
So now you
access.
can, okay.
Right, so we gotta do that on
Smart.
all points.
Very smart. Sorry, yeah.
Here?
Yeah. Just wide enough so we can get around that the points there.
That's good.
So are you aware of what the tail? We'll do the same thing like from right there out. You aware of what the tail on the kite's for?
Tell on the kite.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about it?
No, I just kind of assume that the entire kite is just focused around getting in the air and staying there and not going out of control.
Can I take a guess, Joe?
Yeah,
Is it stability like a cat?
exactly. Yeah. So what happens?
Not the way cats with tails?
That's what I have to notice a cheetah. What a cheetah does when it's chasing animals, right?
Yeah.
A gazelle.
Things always moving.
Exactly. It turns
Always
until it's counterweight, right? It just, you know what I mean?
So when the kite's doing this number here, it settles it down, so
Yeah.
so it doesn't, because they'll just wave like this. The longer the tail, the heavier the kite's going to be, and the less the less agile and the less efficient it's going to be in the air.
You'll notice your kite up there chilling while that tail's moving around.
Yeah. It's kind of like a gyro, for an airplane or a helicopter. Just a real crude one.
And I know you can swallow that now. That makes a big thing for them.
Okay. Same thing goes. Gonna.
On a scale of 1 to... Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God.
And then look, just right here, that line straight out, line straight out.
So here and here. Let's start here.
Here.
Looks right, feels right, is right.
Not, you just do another one. Okay. So let's see.
There we go. That should do it. Yep.
Trying to figure out what we should. I guess we'll start at the top and work our way down. So we'll fold that over. Let's see what we got here. There we go.
Does it just work instantly? Holy heck.
Yeah, I've got this glue in liquid form too, so you can paint it on paper or whatever. Just heat activated glue. Okay, so I'm going to try to get that there. We may have screwed up on our measurements a little bit because I didn't think about a couple of things, but we'll see how it comes out. Worst case scenario, we got to trim the bottom of it.
Worst case scenario, this really is just a prototype.
All right. Really got the wrong iron for this. I'm gonna tell you. Edging tool. So when I was hanging that big red plane, that little part that hooks over on the rudder,
Yeah.
it hooked on the P-51 up there and I broke it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, so I sold the plane the other day and I had to fix it. Let's see here. So I just took that rudder completely off and had to rebuild the daggone thing. Okay, so there we go. We're back to his back. Kill. Okay, looks like it's holding everywhere, eh? So what's that look like? Almost tight.
I'll take it.
Now,
I'll say it's better than any kite I ever made.
put a bridle. Here, we'll let the folks at home see. There you go.
Good job,
Do
guys.
your best Vanna White. Huh?
I have no clue who that is, but
Y'all got different people now, don't you? Get y'all's all off.
They do.
Okay, so now we can make a bridle a couple of different ways, man. I know you can tie one where it's kind of like a stationary thing, or you can make one that will slip on and off if you want, and to where it just hooks in there. Okay, hook that thing in over there. It don't matter which one, either one of them's fine.
alright, so one's in.
Yeah, so we've got It's the way I remember anyhow.
I can get that for you.
Yeah, that's the other part, so I'm bending over to pick stuff up. But I know why I yell every time I drop something.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Put a little dot right there. Just to. Yeah, keep it. There we go. All right, man. Now you got to make a bridle, brother. Don't ask me. I forgot.
Okay, I think I have an idea. We take this in, tape. or super glue. Or WD-40. Doesn't that always work?
You need to come from this side, though.
Oh.
Okay. And then I believe it's somewhere like right here. I think it's like in the middle of here, or something like that. But you know, by sliding the pivot point or the fulcrum point, man, is how the kite, you know, how high it'll fly, how low it'll fly. You know, it's too much like this. So if it won't take off, the kite's too much straight up and down. So what they're saying there is you got, you know, attachment here and attachment here. Okay,
Right.
This being A, and this one here being B, and then where you hook it is your toe line. Or okay, that's what they're calling T there. So if it doesn't want to take up or you know take off, then you want to lengthen this one and shorten this one, which basically you're just sliding that knot this way. Okay, and what it's going to do is it's going to pitch the kite this way as the wind hits it. You follow me?
Right.
Versus it being like this here. And then let's see, just scroll down to the next one where it says total bridle length is too short. Make it to a point where T is further away from the kite. Makes a pecking movement with the nose, I guess. And see, if it takes off and it goes like way up over your head, then you know you got you got this part here too short, and you need to move it back down the other way. But we got our question that we were trying to get answered though, is where in the hell do they go? You know, we've got that figured out. So we need to, because we don't want this stuff to tear.
Can I ask you, Joe, just for my knowledge so I could learn too, I would have made a notch like right back here and then there from the back of the spine. Would that
Yeah,
work? Would that work?
that probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. You know, I'm thinking.
I mean, I'm wondering if we could still do it now. I mean,
Sure, I don't know why we couldn't. Matter even just put a drop of drop of that glue on there. So that's about halfway, eh?
Looks right.
Right. And then we'll do the same thing on the bottom. And the reason I'm putting this here is because the string's going to go through there, and with it wiggling around everywhere, it may tear it. You know, the string may cut it.
Right.
Alright, and then here we go. Here's the hole maker. second, and then I'll get you to burn a hole through here, and through there, and then we'll make a bridle.
It's just the point sign that's gonna be hot. You're just gonna go right through.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Am I right, Joe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The other one, if you wanna mess with it, I think it'd be kinda cool to make one of them damn things. I've never made one of those gala kites.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it'd take long to do. All right, brother. There you go, man. Bring the kite over. Now you want to hold it with the end that's got the. Hold it with that end. Man.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I have the power of God.
Just right through the center there.
Holy crap.
Okay, pull back.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll be darned.
And the same thing there. Just don't get me. Right in the center there on that line. There you go. Okay.
Easy, easy.
Easy peasy, man.
Can I keep this?
Well, you need to get your own. What you need to do. Soldering's a blast, man. You can take like copper tubing, copper wires, all that stuff, man, and you can solder it together, and you can make all these really cool. There's a little holder for it back there. Other way, flip it around, nose down. There you go. But you can make all these really cool little figurines and arts and stuff, man. One of my buddies used to do. He would do solder and glass and solder and mirror, and it's basically like doing stuff like that. It's real hard to do because the temperature, the glass likes to break. So there's just a little area there that where the solder gets liquefied, but not too hot, because if it's too hot it breaks the glass.
Right.
And he would make these real cool boxes,
Nice,
with the
yeah.
hinges and everything soldered.
Real
into
nice.
them. Really neat stuff, man. Danny was it Danny Navitron? No, his first name was Danny. It wasn't Navitron though. He would burn real bad with Freon. Anybody got a cigarette lighter? I don't smoke anymore, so I don't
No.
carry one. And it's good to have to burn the tips of strings and stuff.
Don't have that torch with you, do you, son?
There, we'll get this here. There we go. Okay, now. Just tie the hell out of it around there, man. And you only got one end to tie with. You know what I mean?
Sure. So I'm attaching this to this, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure so I'm not screwing something up.
Can't screw it up. You built it. You just have to redo it. I'm gonna hold you out a little bit here. You run it underneath. And then come back up and through there. Okay, and now pull, cinch down on it. There you go, and do that again. Yep. Let's pull top. All right, let's put a little. Think you can do it again without touching that glue?
With my fingers or with the rope?
With your fingers.
Oh, I think so, maybe. Let's give it a shot.
There you go. Beautimous. I'm gonna take your scissors and snip off the extra eye.
This will be the last one then. Over.
While you're snipping, snip this here so we'll get a no frayed end, hopefully. Alright. pass it through to you. Put in there, you. Get it? There you go. All right, keep pulling. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Now, keep going. All right, let's see what we got
Oh,
here.
there we go. Nice.
No, you're good. About right. You can drop, let go now. Let's see here. I'm thinking that ought to be long enough there. Okay. And I'll hold this and cut that off to a manageable length. Maybe like right here.
Yep.
Anywhere in there, yeah. There you go. And then do the same thing you did on the other side. And I'll keep this from going through any further. So, figure out how, and you probably need to look this knot up, it would be good information for you to have. Figure out how you can make a knot where it will hold when you pull on it, okay? But when you don't have pressure on it, it'll slide. Does that make sense? So,
Sort of.
and they make a knot like that. And so when you, I forget what it's called, but you make that knot, okay, and if you're pulling on it from here, it pulls down tighter and it'll lock in place, okay? But when you release this here and you pull from the other side, it'll loosen it up and you can slide it up and down.
It's almost like a come along, I guess, maybe?
Uh,
It'll come along a lot.
yeah,
And stay.
yeah, but it's, I forget the name. I guess instead of just sending you in the deep yonder, let's see.
Good? Yeah. Why don't you hold that up so I get a picture of these that for now?
You know, honestly, if this thing actually flashed for 30 seconds, this could be the project.
Well, yeah, true. That's up to you. I mean, as long as you can convince the boys you took this route instead of the basswood.
It was inspired by our design. We used it for reference.
Ready? One.
Taut line
two.
hitch knot.
There you go. Nice. Got it.
Well,
Oh, is that what
sometimes
is it called? Taut line.
Taut line hitch knot.
Look at this one.
Oh yeah.
There's videos and all kinds of stuff on how to make that, man. But and that's really, I think, the way that you would need to do that. So that way you can adjust it on the fly when you get out. But you know, there again, go back to that if it looks right, okay? Because you know, let's say if you got wind coming this way and this thing's like that, you're not going to get lift, right? You know, if it's tied this way, okay? Now,
Sure.
if you tilted it a little bit, you see what I'm saying? It just looks like it makes sense, right?
Yes, sir.
That doesn't look like it'll fly. That doesn't look like it'll fly. This
That
here,
does, yeah.
that
That does.
there, you know. Now, if it goes way up over your head too far, you know, then you know you have to shorten.
Okay, now
Yep.
now I'm starting to get it.
Right. You see, this is the whole business end right here. Okay, not enough. Too much. You know, then it'll fly over the top. And what you want it to do is you want to fly. You know, you want it to fly about 45 degrees out in front of you.
Sure.
You know, so it's got to hook the wind about like that there, right?
Okay.
Okay. So now you know how to make a kite.